Hey guys, this is my good friend Steve Cook. You might have seen his name on some of my hair transplant videos. I've been recommending that all my friends call him if they're interested in getting a hair transplant. He totally blew me away when I first talked to him on the phone. I thought about getting a hair transplant. I had been scared off by going to a few different doctors' offices. So I want Steve to just tell you a little bit about his history, and he's had a few different hair transplants, many, and he's sort of very much an advocate in the industry for people getting the procedure that they need, or for not getting any procedure at all if they don't need one. So I think he's a really honest guy. I know he's a really honest guy that can help you out. So yeah, Steve, just a little information on your hair transplant history and what's wrong with in many ways with the hair transplant industry, and what you're trying to change.
Before I get going, I'd like to say thank you to David, who I'm a huge fan. This kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, all I really did was my job and was talking to David for a bunch of months on the phone before you finally had made a decision. As you might have already figured out, David is very articulate, he's brilliant, he's awesome, and he is successful whether he's got hair or he doesn't. That wasn't me. I needed hair. I lost my hair when I was 18 years old. From the minute I graduated high school until my first, I remember in English class, I was sitting there and my friend from high school said, "Dude, you're losing your hair." I think they used dude in those days.
Yeah, they still use dude.
Yeah, they still use dude. And I was just, shocked. Like, there's no way. There's no way that I'm losing my hair. I was this athlete, and, I know my story will connect with you guys because it was devastating. It was absolutely devastating. But back to David, he's kind of, I'm living my dream through him because back in like 1988, 1989, I wanted to put out some sort of a format, whether it was in a magazine or newspaper or some TV commercial, that I just wanted to help people kind of, get through this hair loss thing that I had gone through since I was 18. So in a short version, my story is that, because I'm this real hardcore, like I gotta fix things, I had 5 hair restoration procedures before I was 23 years old. Pretty expensive, didn't have the money. The mom loaned it to me, spent like till I was 30 to pay her back, and I was not happy. I was not happy with 5 procedures. It's just incredible when I think back on it. So back in the day, there was no internet in regards to what this industry was. There was late night infomercials, and I was watching a late night infomercial, 5 hair transplants, still bald, not happy, no medicine to stop it from falling out, hair's laying on the pillow, and I'm like, whoa, what's that? And it was someone that was bald, and then they had a full head of hair, and I'm like, I don't care what it is, that's for me. Mm-hmm. So lo and behold, they ended up putting a wig on my head. They used to call it a non-surgical hair addition. But I really got through my 20s with artificial hair on my head. The entire time sitting back, looking at myself, laying on the beach, getting ready to go out to the clubs, hanging out with my friends, in the gym, all I was worried about, all I thought about the entire time I was awake was, is it going to stay on? Does it look real?
Yeah.
And those were pretty tough times.
Yeah.
So, I never forgot, and I lived them every day. And every time I talk to anyone, any patient, anyone that's suffering from hair loss, I really talk about young men under 25 and women of any age, where this is literally debilitating. I mean, it's taking away from their life that they're trying to live. It's a beautiful life. I mean, we have great economy, we live in a great country, and now I'm talking to patients around the world, thanks to David. And all I want to do is help people. I mean, I didn't hit the lottery. I do need to have, money to make a living, and I feel like what Dr. McGrath had said in a prior interview, that if you do the right thing for people, the money will come. So whenever I talk to people, David, that are asking questions off the video, it comes from the heart, and I'll tell people, you can buzz in on David's on YouTube videos where we talk about the comments. Many times I'll say, hey, look, you're 21, you're in Toronto, you're a pre-med student, you got a lot going on, you got a lot of hair left up there, you're not what I was at your age. We need to get you on some sort of a preventative treatment to slow or stop the loss first before we talk about jumping in for hair transplants. So although you guys are all excited about David and his result and how excited he is, and he's literally turned his life around in regards to his appearance, he has more stylability options. I mean, obviously he's a fashion guy. He's able to do things that he's always wanted to do. And when he didn't have any hair, now he can, and I know that's what you want too. So when we talk about what we're gonna do for you, how we're gonna put you on the right path, it's all about what's best for you. It's not what's best for the business, it's not what's best for the doctor and the practice, and there's no rushing into surgery. We want to plan this thing out. This is the rest of your life. So with all that being said, I just wanted to thank David again for this opportunity.
I want to say something real quick. So Steve helps patients. You can call him. There's a phone number that'll be in the video description, and it's in the video description of all of my hair transplant videos that takes you through surgery that I had. So you can call him and talk to him, and he'll answer your questions. And the reason that I put his number on there, because he does sell hair transplants in a sense, because you are he will find the best doctor for you. He works very closely with Dr. McGrath, who I'm having this hair transplant with. But the reason that I trust him so much, and that that I put his information in the videos, because is that the first time I ever talked to him, and this is the reason that I got a hair transplant through the doctor that he recommended, and that I think other people should. First time I ever talked to him, I asked him, who are the best doctors in the world? And I said, not the doctor that you're working with, who are the other best people in the world? Who are they? And he actually gave me a list of all the other best surgeons in the world. He said, these are the other people that you can check out. And I was like, wow, you're selling, hair transplants from this guy. So why are but you're giving me the other doctor's information as well? I was like, this is amazing, But it was just the fact that he wanted me to go to somebody good. He didn't even care that it was his guy. It was like, I just want you to make sure it's done by somebody really good. And so that really impressed me. And then I called those other hair transplant surgeons, and I talked to their staff, and I said, okay, I was told that you're one of the best hair transplant surgeons in the world. Now, who are the other best surgeons in the world? And all of the other surgeons teams that I called, their sales teams, they all said, oh, sorry, we don't give out information or suggest other doctors. That was their answer. And I was like, wow. Okay, well, apparently they're not that confident in their own work, because if you're really confident that your guy is the best guy, or one of the very best, and that I'm going to come back to him, then you're willing to give out information. And so I just like that totally made me trust Steve, and so from then on we've been great friends. So the fact that he was willing to do that, just that's the only reason I got a hair transplant, was because of his willingness to and openness in that way, honesty. So. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have any questions, I hope that you'll give Steve a call. Whether you're going to get a hair transplant done or not, he's happy to answer all of your questions, and you'll just learn so much by talking to him. So give him a call or an email.